Hey everyone, welcome to Collector Chatter. Hey, do you guys remember that social media Freddy that you had to do something special to get? Well, now you can just pick it up at Marshall's, and a lot of other stuff showing up as well.
Collecting is the way.
Now let's chat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Collector Chatter. This is episode 111. I'm your host Migs, my co-host Charlie and Trey, and we are here with another episode which we can't wait to talk about because, like I said in the intro, we got some crazy news when it comes to social media Freddies, which were these awesome handouts I used to get, and you just had to work for them. Now they're just showing up at Marshall's. We've talked about this in the past, but honestly, this seems to be the new kind of place that Funko just puts all their excess stuff because these discount stores are getting pops left and right, exclusives, chases. It's going to be a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. Funko itself is also offloading a ton of stuff because they have a huge sale on their website. So it just seems like Funko's just getting rid of shit. Like that just seems like what they're trying to do, offloading stuff left and right. But we can't wait to talk about that because there's a lot of stuff. And then we're also going to shout out some of our good friends over at Mischief Toys because they have an awesome new figure coming out as well, and maybe some other stuff that we'll get into. But we can start off with the discount stuff because that's clearly what's all over the place. We've been seeing this for weeks now where we'll like randomly at a Five Below, we'll see something randomly at a Marshall's, randomly at TJ Maxx, like, and it's clearly not slowing down. Like they are getting more and more product. But this time it was a little bit of drama because they started getting like stuff that we thought we would never see at these. I mean, I feel like every time we see something, we're like, we would never see this there. And then something else comes out, it's even crazier. But specifically, Charlie, you can talk about it. It had to do with social media. Basically like giveaways, and now they're selling them at
the coveted
Marshalls.
Freddy Funko social media pop and soda. That, like you said, you could only get when they would give them out to certain people on social media contests. Mike would hand them out to people at cons or events. Now they're showing up at Marshall's, which if you aren't aware, you could never buy this Funko Pop ever. Mm-hmm. So now it's even more strange that it is showing up at Marshall's and
or soda.
None of them. You can never buy any of them, and they're selling them for $29.99, which is an interesting price point. Which normally when you find these like secondhand pops at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, they are actually a really good deal. Not that $29.99 isn't a good deal for this pop and soda if you want to add it to your collection, because the chase for the soda is PPG value. I mean, I'm sure it's going to go down a little bit now, but it was $1,500, which, I mean, that's insane. That may be one of the highest, actually. I mean, I don't know if either of you know this, or everyone, let us know in the comments. That's one of the higher chase.
If it's still at that number, I don't know when the last time it was at that number, then yeah, for sure. I don't think
I checked the other day.
Wow.
When this was all happening, but like people, like I said, they're going nuts. Like it's actually, in a weird way, has created some little bit of hype around Funko. People going on hunts to try to find this at Marshall's. I mean, we haven't seen that in a long time. I mean,
I've hunt is back.
I've seen every creator that I like on TikTok, for example, who don't even do hunts. They've all kind of went to go look for it and made a video. Could Funko have been a genius and did this? No, I don't think so. But it kind of worked in their favor, maybe. But I personally, which obviously I want everyone's opinion, I don't mind when stuff goes to Marshall's to see its second life. We've talked about this in the past. Mm-hmm. This one is weird to be there, though. And I don't know if it was a mistake that it got lumped into a shipment or Funko meant to do this. Like, what do you guys think?
Yeah. Honestly, I think that kind of maybe was an accident. I don't know. But then again, they priced them at a higher price than what other sodas and other pops have been. I personally went to Marshall's this past weekend to check myself, and unfortunately I found nothing.
Same.
So it's kind of, honestly, I kind of figured maybe because, Funko is on the West Coast, figured maybe most of the people I think that found them were on the West Coast. I could be wrong. I don't know. But
no, I found some people that found it on the East Coast, specifically Massachusetts.
Well, somebody's going there pretty soon. So, but no, honestly, like it's pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, that would be just awesome to find, really. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, do you remember when it was during SDCC when Zeus from Love and Thunder had the con sticker by accident?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
at like the
I found
Walmart
one.
and stuff.
Yeah, I found one. I have it there or somewhere in the collection, just sitting there. And I guess it was just one of those things. Like, obviously, it was a mess up, but it's still pretty cool to find. For me, if I find it, I'll find it. I'll be happy. If not, it is what it is. I never expected to win because I know they had the competitions where you had to do the photo challenge of the day for sodas, and then you had the pop of the day, and it was either Mike or it was Brian that was doing the giveaways, and I was just like, hey, I'm never gonna win.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was like, oh, this is a good picture, and then somebody else had a better one. I'm like, dang.
Fun
So-
fact: I actually won a contest once on Twitter, and I was being told I was being sent one. And when I got my package finally, I got a Hello Kitty Olympic Funko Shop exclusive
What?
Funko Pop. Yep, this happened
I
a
don't
few
think I
years
ever
ago.
knew that.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe I've never talked about this on the podcast. I was so pissed, and I actually messaged them. I had the whole message telling me that I won this, and they told me, like, you're not guaranteed to be sent that one. You could get something else.
Wow. That's
And now
terrible.
they're being, I forgot about that story until right now talking about this, but now they're being sent to Marshalls
Yeah.
when they
Crazy.
told me they didn't
Yours
have
is
it.
over there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
That's insane. I mean, my take on it is like it's cool if I see it. Obviously, definitely would grab one. I mean, it's a 2,000 piece soda, obviously, and if you happen to get that chase, that's like what, 250. Like, it's under 300.
yeah.
So it's definitely like a pretty cool thing to see. The social media Freddy like pop is, it's whatever, it's okay. But I totally I don't think this is an accident because of the price point. I think that's kind of like, I don't think there's somebody, like, who knows, but I don't think there's somebody in Marshalls that's like knows what's going on with Funko, and they're like, well, these are worth a lot of money, so we could probably sell them for a little more. Like, they're probably buying them for more off of Funko, and they have to kind of make some kind of margin on there, and then they put them to $30 because the normal ones are going for like $7-8, whatever. Like, clearly it wouldn't just randomly be 30 if they didn't know this was actually a little bit more special.
Yeah.
And because I think even some of like the pops that are like a little bit more exclusive are a little higher as well. So they clearly must have some kind of scale or something that they go by. But I think the bigger thing is that like these bargain discount stores are just a thing that's going to be around, and it's Funko's now like way to get rid of stuff and offload stuff. And it's not just Marshalls. Like, we're seeing them in Five Below all the time. We're seeing obviously Marshalls and TJ Maxx are similar companies, so we see them going across their chains. I mean, there was even these Batman Beyond pops that are recently coming up at a Home Goods, which is like random. So it's like,
so random.
They're clearly like getting like all of these extra, and a lot of times they're like exclusives, like Funko Shop exclusives, or like those weird random like website exclusives that are like for ones that you don't really see often. They're popping up there, and it's they're clearly like, it's the thing and the way for them to get it out. The Buckeye warehouse is another one. That's still a thing. So obviously we're seeing offloading at this warehouse. And I mean, I think recently there was also a bunch of stuff that was shown, like tons of like exclusives and stuff that are showing up at this warehouse, including some Freddy Funko ones that you get at like Funko Hollywood or something. Like there was like a bunch of those showing up, and a bunch of chases, like,
and they had, I mean, Trey, I think you mentioned they had actual con sticker Funko Pops there.
Yeah,
like,
con sticker pops.
What?
Well.
That's insane. They had I think the Darth Vader one. They had the Batman. They had the scented sugar from One Piece. I'm actually looking at it right now. The other from C2E2 as well. They had the Zero, which I believe is the limited one.
Yeah, it was only for the con.
Yeah, and then they had even Freddy Funko as Mysterio from the Heavy Metal box. And they had a few other things that I saw, and that was at Buckeye. But I want to go back really, really quick because we were talking about the social media, Freddy. So, for anybody that is curious, a sealed can for the Freddy Funko. Again, I don't really care about value too much unless it's benefiting me for a trade bait so I can get something awesome. But a sealed can of the Freddy Funko social media is $610. A sealed can. The common in the red shirt is $210. And then the chase is $1,500 PPG value. And the chase count is 300 pieces.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, you got to think that's going down. They're selling these things for $30 now.
Yeah, but I mean, you buy it at $30 and you see that kind of thing where it says a sealed can is for $610.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, for a reseller, okay, maybe they might try to chop it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to go down a little, but I don't think a lot because, once again, one thing that some people are trying to put out in the Funko community, it's not like you can. I mean, we just said it. We all kind of looked for one. I mean, me and Trey heavily.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just walk into any Marshalls or TJ Maxx and find them. It's not like they're all over the place.
Yeah.
I think a select few got sent. Like you said, probably a lot on the West Coast because I've even noticed Paparazzi actually he did a hunt for it, and I know he lives in California, and it was interesting to see. Like I have a ton of Marshalls by me. We have product, but like not. His store had so many Funko Shop exclusives. Like how you bring it up, Migs. Like, but it's probably easier
for
they
them.
Kind of ship more there to them, and then.
Correct.
We mentioned this on a past episode. I had said TJ Maxx's headquarters is actually in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
So it's interesting that people are finding some more there. And I even know my parents found me a Freddy Hall H at Marshall's in Connecticut. And that was the $29.99 price tag. So it's interesting, like that is the price tag for those special ones.
Yeah. That's crazy that at least it's crazy that they're pricing certain ones at a specific price, right? Compared to some of them, like the common you see on the shelves, like $10 or $8, and then the specific Freddy's are a lot higher. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which makes me believe, kind of like Meg said, this can't be a mistake because they definitely told them the pricing. You can get more for these. Yeah. It's just insane, though. Why not? I don't get why Funko wouldn't just sell. It's their own IP. It's their product. Why not just sell them on their own website? People would have paid for them.
Yep, it's true.
I mean, I definitely would have bought one if I knew I could get one.
It kind of makes me think of like, I think we talked about this before when this first was a big thing with TJ Maxx and Marshall and stuff getting this stuff is like, where are they actually getting this from? Like, do we think it's strictly only straight from Funko? Or is it maybe small businesses that are closing, going out of business, and they're able to resell it to them? Because I know like the you and me, like us random people, we can't really sell to them. But I'm assuming if you have a business or LLC or something,
Funko.
maybe.
They're getting it from Funko.
So you think it's just strictly Funko?
Yeah.
Even though they have like the overseas stickers, because if it's strictly from Funko, wouldn't they
have such
like
a mix of stuff?
Well, Funko has those. You can buy. I bought.
Well, true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming from Funko stock. I think. I mean, it could be coming from another retailer, but I don't think Marshalls is really. I mean, they're a humongous corporation. They're probably one of the biggest retailers in the country right now, especially for brick and mortar. I mean, they're not. I mean, they may be getting stock though from Walmart, from Target, not just from Funko. But there's not like a rinky-dink mom and pop shop. I don't think has an avenue to sell it to them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, interesting.
Because I think a lot. It's funny you bring up the international stickers, though, Trey. I think a lot of them got sent to Marshalls and Target because Funko couldn't sell those.
Yeah, true.
That's true. Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it's the new norm. I guess we're going to see it all the time. So we were kind of surprised at first, and it was like, "Oh my God, is Funko done?" And this is crazy, whatever. And like they're offloading on stuff, but like clearly, it's probably just the most cost-effective way for them to do it. And I'm sure Marshalls and TJ Maxx are getting some kind of cut out of it, and they're
Funko made their money already. They don't give a shit what Marshalls sells it for now.
They're going to get more people in their stores now buying other stuff that's at a Marshalls or TJ Maxx because maybe you just went in there to look for a Funko Pop, So I don't know, but it is interesting to see like some of this rare stuff. And I mean, we can't be surprised because Funko did it with the warehouse. Funko has done it with these boxes that they come out with, and all of a sudden there's supposed to be only special to one thing and they come out later. Like, it's not surprising that we're seeing these like cons,
Yeah.
What's
sticker
funny,
stuff and
do
everything.
you remember sometime around maybe a year ago when someone posted in the groups that they found Superman NFT Funko Pop at a Marshall's and everyone thought it was fake?
Yeah, I remember that.
It's definitely, I feel like that was definitely real.
You should do the Ninja Turtles like that too, but all mad.
They're the good dude. The freaking Grails are gonna end up there.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and obviously the community is pretty divided. A lot of people are hating on it. Some people are finding stuff, and I'm sure they're loving it. So, let us know what you guys think, because we would love to know, your thoughts on, have you been able to find some of this good stuff out there in any of these stores, or no luck, or like, do you think this is good, bad? I don't know. But I guess we'll see. This kind of does lead into another thing that Funko is doing, but strictly through Funko themselves. And that is the what they call Funiversary sale. Is this an actual anniversary?
Yeah, but I was just about to say they always call it that.
I feel like they have it multiple times a year. I feel like at the same name, but it is one of their big blowout sales that they do on their website, specifically on the Funko Shop, and this one's up to 70% off. Again, they've done this before. We see this multiple times. I feel like a year. Maybe it's like a semi-annual quarter thing, whatever.
Yeah,
No,
it's like, I feel like a quarterly thing at this point.
Yeah, so they're clearly offloading a lot of stuff as well. I ran through. I mean, the 70% off stuff is obviously like pops are going for like $3 and change.
Yeah,
sodas for like $4. So that's the low end, and then you do have some of the higher end stuff going for like 50% off. 40%, whatever. It's like pretty much like depending on what it is, it's going for anywhere around that range to like.
I feel like 50%
70%.
was the sweet spot of like the best deals. Like there was a lot of the 70% was kind of trash,
random.
Yeah.
no pun intended. And then the one thing that's cool about the sale though, everything is 10% off at least, even brand new stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at right now too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the new Star Wars stuff, like the Boba Fett that glows in the dark, it's 10% off. It's $12, but it's actually $10.80 right now.
Yep,
so.
$10.80, because that was like, that's the price for the new Funko Fusion pops. Like,
Yeah.
so it is at least true sale. Nothing's excluded.
Yeah, I think they did that the last time they had a pretty big sale too, because I remember like
I think they did too.
Some new stuff being like somewhat discounted. So, I mean, it's a smart way for them to get rid of stuff and get some sales going, and obviously people are going to build up carts and get free shipping and stuff, so you can still get some of these new things and throw in a couple old ones for pretty cheap. I think it's just kind of a regular thing of them just getting rid of a lot of stock. I mean,
yeah,
that's my take on it.
I completely agree. I mean, I think it's fine they're doing it. I mean, they got to do it. It may get you to buy something you weren't going to buy for full price. I can tell you, I've been like eyeing, we've talked about this before, the diecast, as much as I love them, stopped getting the last two, and now I'm like, oh, Indiana Jones and the Joker, they're finally on sale. They're 50% off. Like, now's the time to bite the bullet. The thing that stinks about these sales, though, it's like, it then gets in your head, like, why would I ever buy anything full price if they just mass produce everything? Sure. I do truly believe, though, we are going to see the end of this happening. I know we've been talking about it for episodes and episodes, but 2025 rolls around, like, I really think we're getting back to limited stuff. At least for a lot. Like, there will be mass produced things, like when the new huge Marvel movie comes out, but they know at this point they can't survive doing this. It's not working.
Yeah, no. Definitely more limited, I can see. And I believe a lot more people have been speaking about, more limited. I know I'd rather have more limited than, something that you can find always on the shelf. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't recall the last time there was something like a specific count or a piece count for a Funko Shop exclusive.
Oh, they haven't done that like in forever. They did a few for the con just recently, which no one wanted.
Yeah, other than a con, but I'm talking the last one I can personally remember, which was like, I know Toucan Sam, the metallic one, But other than like Hello Kitty for like random stuff, but you know what I mean? Like,
The one they sent me.
yeah, it was an Olympics. I want to say it was an Olympics. It
Yeah,
was like
it was.
limited to like 4,000 pieces. But stuff like that, like you don't really see that too often. And honestly, I hope that happens more often. Other
The thing,
than
even with me, like I want that to happen, but I don't even need it to be in quote unquote limited where everything has a piece count. I just mean more like before the pandemic and they got like blew up. I've talked about this numerous times. I mean, I'm like an OG collector. They weren't
Mhm.
like limited, but they came out with some pops. They stopped making them and called it a day. You weren't
yeah,
going to be able to find them again. Like you can
yeah,
still, they're now reproducing pops or remaking them. They're coming in the back end stock.
Ghostface, perfect
Yeah,
example.
like it's just that I think they need to stop doing. I don't need everything to be limited edition, but when a new Star Wars movie comes out and they make the big line, I shouldn't be able to get them a year later. Like you kind of
Yeah.
missed the boat, and if you didn't buy them then, you didn't get them.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if that actually happens. I mean, it's hard to like believe it because of where we're at right now.
Fair.
But of course, it could change. Like it's new leadership. We know that regardless of if that's literally what she wants to do, she clearly has to do all of this first to get to that point. So
Exactly.
I guess we'll see. You know, we it's just funny because the last time we had this major conversation of a change, it was all about like how we're gonna have less SKUs, we're gonna have less things, and they clearly didn't do that. Like it wasn't just like what Charlie's saying, like you getting the same pop later on. It was like we were getting random small thing of this or random of that, like these things that were like they weren't even just pops, and it was like, what are they doing? They're making too much extra shit that they don't need
It
to
does
make.
at this point seem though that they've decided what lines they want to keep, and they're not like pumping out all this random stuff anymore. That does seem like a first step that's been taken. I mean, do you guys agree? I mean, rewinds, I know we saw a few that may be coming up for pre-order soon, but those were already in production, obviously. That line is dead. Sodas is obviously dead. Gold is dead. The games is dead. Like it really is pops, bitty pops, and then like mini pops with the pop keychains and stuff like that. They're not really. They've at least done that, right?
And the mystery minis too. I mean, other than
Yeah, those are like five. They're like five below now stuff.
yeah,
I feel
but
like.
even
Yeah.
at that, like, yeah, could they cut down on those because there was, at some point there was Target exclusives, there was
Yep.
Hot Topic exclusives, Box Lunch.
No one's getting
now-
those.
Now it's just you can find them anywhere, really, and no exclusives. I mean, yeah, you still have the 1 out of 72 counts and stuff like that, but it's no longer like you could only get this specific mystery mini at Hot Topic or whatever.
Yeah, which I mean, I agree, and I think, but it's just like I feel like when they do something like that, they do something else that kind of counteracts it, and it's like this kind of transitions into what I wanted to talk about next, anyways. But they're making pops, but then they have like different versions of pops.
Well,
And they
yeah.
have,
Let's go
they
for that.
have Pop Plus and Pop. So it's like they're still kind of doing it, but like in a different mask. You know, it's like come on. So this actually is cool to see, but I mean the Funko. I don't know if it was on the website. I believe it's on the website. They've always had this one where it's like you can see the different sizes of like
Yes.
the variety of pops. So they've obviously added to that now that we have the whole world of Bitty Pop and stuff. So like that's now included into this. The albums and all that kind of stuff was included into it. We'll run through everything specifically. But then there was a bit of a breakdown when it came to what the actual definition of a Pop Plus pop was and Pop Premium even. And we've kind of mentioned these because they're priced differently and we're like, what's the difference? Maybe it was this, maybe it's that, but this is officially through Funko. So I'll start with that stuff first and then we can go into like the sizes of the other things, but Pop Plus specifically. So Pop Plus, what they say is add dimension to your collection with Pop Plus collectibles that incorporate props and other features that make them stand out from standard Pop figures. They're typically around the same size as a standard Pop and come in a standard Pop's size box. So we've kind of seen this. It's clearly looks like a Pop, but supposedly it's got detail and a prop. Now, if you're an old school collector, a pop with a prop was a pop. Like it
Yeah.
wasn't
Yep.
anything different, you know? And I mean, I guess maybe it's a little bit more like it's not just like the Britney Spears ones that's in the picture, right? It's not just Britney Spears sitting at a desk. Like that seems kind of normal, but maybe there's details in the desk. There's details in what she's wearing. There's details in whatever. So I guess that's why. But it is more expensive. I think it's the biggest, one of the worst things they've ever done, honestly, because of the money change. And I don't think it's that big of a difference. But I could be wrong. I don't know if you guys think the same way.
Completely agree. The market's going to reject this, in my opinion. This won't last for much longer. In my opinion, they're going to do this, and I think it's an absolute joke. But I do think it's their way of kind of what we were just saying. They've gotten rid of other products. Now they're going to try to spruce up the pop, their most popular one. But like you said, Migs, I mean, we've been getting this, and I laugh when I look at this chart that they put out officially, the Pop Plus and the Pop Premium, the freaking Britney Spears and the Addams Family Pop. I mean, they don't look that much different in terms of one being a plus and one being a premium.
That's another thing. Like
They're
you
going
could
to
say,
pick and
what's
choose.
the premium? What's the definition of what they call a premium?
Yeah, the definition of what they call a premium is it sets the scene or captures the action from your collection with the Pop Premium figures. These collectibles are slightly taller than
Oh,
standard Pops, yet smaller than the Pop Super figures, and each Pop Premium incorporates details, features, or motion that set them apart from the standard Pop figures. Yeah, like just reading this out loud right now, this really, really bothers me. I'm sticking with my prediction. This can't last very long because
No.
no one's going to buy these. I personally actually don't want to even support it if they came out with one that I had to have, just out of principle.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's the same thing. Like I know we talked about it with the last episode of the previous one, the Demon Slayer one, like the Nezuko. Actually, me and Carly were just talking about it today, and I was just like, Carly, I think you can kind of live without that one, you know? And she was like, no, I need that. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, okay, fine, you know? But it just defeats the purpose of all the previous ones. Like Mig said, it defeats the purpose of all the older ones where, like, I don't think I have any, but I know maybe somewhere in there, like, it defeats the purpose because they even just had, like, one of the Gohans from Dragon Ball Z that has like the flames and all that, or shooting out something, and it has props, but that was not a plus, which is very, I don't know, it's very weird.
Yeah, they've already existed. That's the problem. Like if they didn't already exist and Funko came out with this new product now, I honestly wouldn't care at all. I wouldn't even be questioning it. I'm like, oh, these are more detailed. They have more features. That's why they deserve more money. And honestly, we all know their business are trying to make more money. And even the Pops, even when they increased 2 years ago in price, like it's insane to think they used to be $8.99. And yeah, I know all things have gone up in price, but at the end of the day, this is costing Funko nothing. There's a reason they don't have a problem giving 70% off some of their stuff that they have sitting on their website. Because let's be real, they're still making money off of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, it's insane. Like,
they're very out of touch is the problem.
Yeah, because even when sodas, they were like $12, and then they went up to 15, and now some of them are 18. Well, before they died, right? But they were going up in price, and it was like, why are they going up? Nothing's different. Nothing's changing. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I still stand by the sodas. They went up in price because of the packaging. And that is why they made rewinds. They thought they were going to be the same. Quite frankly, they should have just kept sodas and put it in a plastic freaking can.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
That's true.
It's just maybe this is why Mike left.
He was kind of frustrated with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I when we talked about him, what was it, last week? I was like, yeah, this is the most ridiculous thing ever. But I mean, clearly, you know, they, like I said, they're making a ton of different like pops, and like they do have this size chart, which is interesting to see. Like you can see the biggest pops, obviously the Pop Mega, which is the 18-inch. They still are the biggest. They're clearly very limited. They don't make too many of those, which is totally fine. Even the Pop Jumbo, which is the 10-inch pops, they also kind of don't make too many of those. We only see like really like Pokemon ones now coming out as jumbo pops. You're not getting definitely near as many, which I understand. It's bigger, probably costs more, and maybe they weren't selling as much. Pop Super is like the next size, which I always thought that was whatever. We got Pop Towns. Even the pencil toppers show up on here just so you can see how big they are. They're the same size as a Pop Town, basically.
The next one, this is news to me, but
the Pop Ride Super.
There's 3 different Pop Rides.
Yeah, that's what I just saw right now. What we're
Super Deluxe, Deluxe, and Pop Ride, which I think I have seen the difference between just a regular Pop Ride and then a Deluxe, because the Deluxe was always kind of a little bit more of a detailed one, I guess, and I think it is a little bit bigger. But the Super Deluxe, I mean, obviously the one they're showing here is the like Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
Those are actually those are.
But is it because of that style?
Those
only,
are
or
huge,
is there
which, you know what, maybe I'm okay with. But Funko should not have used 2 different properties with dragons with someone riding a dragon and said what is deluxe and what is normal. It is the same freaking pop for the most part.
Because even at that, like the one that they're using on the Pop Rides, that one's more detailed than the How to Train Your Dragon one.
Because
I agree. I'm at a loss of words.
They're terrible. But no, honestly, the one with the Oregon Trail, those are a good size. Like the box, they're kind of like the Thor with the goat boat.
Agreed.
Like
I'm cool with that, I guess.
Yeah, but definitely the one with the deluxe ride where it's just Toothless and what's his name just looking at each other, compared to the ride where it's the
Night King.
Oh no, that's the
Night King. Yeah, that one looks way more detailed than Toothless. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely weird. And then we get into like the moments, which obviously those are always pretty cool looking. The Pop Premium. That
oh my god, I have a Pop Premium in my collection. I didn't even know.
What?
I have that Mickey one that came out a year or 2 ago.
That's a Pop Premium?
According to this chart, it is. It's now a Pop Premium.
Interesting.
Wait,
Pop
what?
Premium.
It's
the Mickey on top of the
that came out for Disney 100. So now they're backtracking on what is a Pop Premium,
which is weird.
Do you see what I'm talking about, Trey?
Oh, yeah. Right next to the Kite Man or whatever. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Then the Pop Plus falls in there. Yeah, Pop Plus, which Pop Premium is a little bit bigger according to that thing. Then we got a standard Pop. Then
Pop Deluxe.
Pop Deluxe, which was basically a Pop with like another thing next to it.
Yeah.
Right? Then we got 2 packs, I'm assuming is what that one is supposed to be. Then the soda. Then the Rewind. Then the Mystery Minis.
Open Box Minis, which are probably the ones that you see at Five Below.
I have some of those, I feel like, yeah. Then the keychain. And then a whole nother chart for just biddies.
Biddy Town, Biddy
Ride.
Yeah, Biddy Ride. Dude, those are so small. Wait, so a Biddy Pop is bigger than these? Why are they... Oh, no, Biddy Pop. What? Oh, it's showing you the comparison of what a Pop looks like. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Pop Towns.
But those Pop Deluxe, the Biddy Pop Deluxe are pretty damn small. Like,
Yep. And interesting to see this comparison of how the display tower basically is the size of a Pop. That's what they're saying. Like they're the same size as a normal Pop. Like the height.
That's true.
So, which is interesting.
Yeah, definitely. And then obviously they show you some about the movies in the poster,
the albums,
albums, and the movie posters, the movie deluxe moments, which are huge. The slam covers, which I didn't realize are different size than the trading card ones, which I didn't realize are different size than the comic covers. Because to me, they all seem the same. And even like the VHS is different than the Pop album. Like, yeah, it's so many different sizes. But it's cool to have this little chart to kind of get
this chart
idea.
is super cool.
If you're looking, and it shows you the actual sizes on the side, inches and stuff. So like if you really are looking for one of these and you really want to know how massive the Pop album deluxe is, well, this will show you kind of how massive it is.
Yeah, I do love this chart. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
But this now actually talking about this chart right now with everyone, they are kind of now showing they want it to be known that there's so many different options of the Pops. I just find it interesting that they went back and reclassified Pops in these categories. Like every single one, like the Pop Plus even they're all old. They didn't even show a new one.
They're all
Like,
the old molds. Yeah, like you
Yeah.
said, you have a Pop Premium already, but yeah.
I don't
interesting.
know. Interesting.
We'll see.
But it's cool to see that. But we do have some other news that's not Funko related, but I did want to mention one more thing that is Funko related. It has to do with New York Comic Con. So of course New York Comic Con is coming up. It's next month.
Yeah.
Me and Charlie will be there. But today, September 17th at 12 o'clock, we'll open up the Funko booth, the reservations for the VIP pre-sale. And then Thursday, the 19th at 12 Eastern, the regular Funko reservation opens up for people that have New York Comic Con tickets. If you want to try to get into, obviously, the Funko booth specifically, it's usually mayhem to get that. I believe they give you like different time slots, right? Like depending on what you get.
Basically, you click that you want to try to enter it, and they come back and let you know. I've never
like what
won.
time if you got in, yeah.
You've
So
never
I guess
won?
we'll see.
I've never won.
Damn. Maybe this is the year. This is the year.
This could be the year.
It's
Yeah,
like,
could be.
what is it? What's the famous line for Cowboys fans? This is our year. This is your year, Charlie. This is your year, okay? And I say that because today's a good day because all the Cowboys
Honestly-
fans went to work and this is such a good day.
It's just funny you say that, though. I probably will win. It'll be the 1 year like there isn't anything I actually need to have.
Yeah, God.
But you
It's so
won.
true.
That's the point.
I know, and I'll buy something.
Just
But
buy it and go stand in the corner and resell it to somebody.
right?
You
Yeah.
can do that at New
Okay.
York Comic Con.
Everybody else does it. Why not?
Yeah,
That's what they
there's
all
got to be
do.
a One Piece comic book cover, so we'll be good. Or Wanda's
Yeah,
poster.
that'll be the
Yeah,
one that
for
we
sure.
want the most. But we can transition over to non-Funko. Charlie, we got some news from
From Mischief Toys,
which is kind of exciting.
It's awesome. So they teased this. They've been teasing it. It's been coming. It actually got teased at last year's Night of Mischief.
Yeah.
We have a new character coming in the Mischief Toys realm, and we're getting Mortem, which at one point, I mean, he basically, I know Chris and Heather don't want it to be known as this, but he kind of looks like the Grim Reaper. But he's a completely new mold. It's not like Ghastly is dressed up as this person. He's a new character, and essentially from the backstory that they've kind of given out, which is one thing I love too about Mischief Toys is like every character has like some sort of backstory. It's all detailed, laid out. Like Chris writes these kind of really cool stories. So Demonstro, who's like the villain of the Mischief Toys world, Mortem is essentially his like henchman, like his sidekick, who is shepherding in the souls from the underworld to him. Where, for people who aren't aware, like Ghastly, who's their main mascot, he is like the good guy within their universe. This figure is so cool. I just love what they're doing. They're obviously a designer toy brand. They're, obviously more upscale than Funko. But they're just super cool. And this one's coming out. It's going to be dropping this Thursday. And there's going to be what they do. So Mortem's going to be one of their, common figures. So the normal looking Ghastly, normal looking Demonstro, and now Mortem will be ones that they continuously will make. So when you go on to MischiefToys.com, you can get one, where the other ones are extremely limited. We're talking like 200 to like 400 piece counts. They sell out in a matter of seconds, sometimes minutes, sometimes seconds. So it's cool. You'll always be able to get your hands on him. But this time they're doing a first run, which they've done in the past, but he's going to be mixed in. This will have a special sticker. It's signed by Chris and Heather, and then also comes with a pin. But you don't know if you're going to get that one. It's going to be kind of luck, kind of like getting a mystery box, whether you get that one or just the common, which there seems to be a little bit of controversy over this in the Mischief Toys group, but I think it's cool. It adds excitement. Everything they do, I never really have any issue with anything they do. They've made collecting super fun. When some people have felt like they wanted to get out of it, or Funko kind of diminished their, interest in it. I can go on and on about them all day. I love them. I'm excited to go to their booth in New York Comic Con. It's probably what I'm most excited for. So, I mean, Migs, I know you collect Mischief Toys. Trey, I know you don't really dabble, but what do you guys think?
Honestly, well, I mean, I've had I have some. I think I only
Yes.
have like maybe 2 to 3. And I know I sent you one,
You
right?
did.
Where
You
I
sent
was
me
like,
that one that I really wanted for my collection, the Error one, which I didn't have. Which that was super
yeah, I
nice of
remember
you, Trey.
getting that one. That was super cool. And I'll be honest, there's some that I'm just like, maybe it just doesn't fit my collection. Now, if they made like a Ghastly of like Ninja Turtles, I know somebody did the do it yourself or whatever, which is pretty awesome. But there were some that I always liked, and I was like, man, but again, they sell out so fast sometimes, or I get
Yeah.
You need to
busy
be
at
on it.
work, and I totally forget about it. But this figure, the one that y'all just were talking about, the Mortem, like I like that one. I think that one looks really good. I probably will try for this one just because it is the first run, and I
Nice.
do support Mischief Toys. I've always have when I could or when I ever actually got something. Um, but I do have their shirts too. Like that's another thing too. Like I do like their shirts.
Oh,
So
you got the Hot Topic one, right? You got the emo
yeah,
Ghastly.
the emo one, yeah, dude, because that really set in pretty good. So
Yeah, that one's
uh,
great.
yeah, so I do like their stuff. Again, it's just I usually forget because I'm at work and they sell out pretty quick. But this one I probably will go for just because again it is the first run of this one, just to kind of have and again support Mischief Toys.
Yeah, I agree. This thing is sick. I mean, like Charlie said, I've been collecting fairly similar to him, a little bit after. I think he had a couple before I did. And then we went pretty heavy for a while,
Yeah.
just making sure to get every single drop. And it was one of those things that you had to wait. And the rush is always exciting, and they make great, products. Their quality is amazing. The boxes are always amazing. So we do, support them. It is probably the one designer toy company you want to call it that we probably consistently do
Yeah.
collect. And knowing that this was coming out, like this is right in my alley. Like freaking, like you said, they don't want to call it a Grim Reaper, but it's essentially a Grim Reaper version, which is sick. And I like that it's not just like a Ghastly as this or something, right? Like it is a completely different one. That's the same thing that happened when we got the Monstro, which was a whole new mold.
Which that figure is amazing. If you guys,
that one's also sick. And like if you have any of these, this fits kind of in the middle. So like the Ghastly is the smallest one, the Marshal's bigger. This kind of is about in the middle, and then with its, is it a scythe? I always mess up on this.
yeah,
thing.
yep.
That obviously makes it a little bit bigger. It's like massively going over his head. So like the design is sick. Like it's really cool, and it just kind of makes me excited to see like what are they going to do with this. Like
Yes.
after obviously this is the common, but they're clearly going to make other versions of this. I'm sure colors and variants and stuff. So that'll be cool to see. And like Charlie said, I am also just as excited because last year we were able to meet Chris and Heather and go to the booth and got the exclusives for New York Comic Con. This New York Comic Con, if you guys don't know, they're going to be going pretty heavy. They're actually going to have a different, a completely different figure for each day. So
Which
like
is
Thursday,
insane.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So instead of it just, it's going to be pretty insane. So,
that's pretty cool.
They're even gonna have like a specific plush, a glow in the dark plush. Actually, for the first time, they're gonna have one that's gonna be at New York Comic Con. So they're going pretty heavy with New York Comic Con. Based off of what they said on their live recently, though, that nothing's gonna be Mortem related, at least. So it seems like they're all
which is interesting.
Yeah, which I thought they would have done something.
I agree because I assumed one would have been, Ghastly, one would be a Demonstro, one would be a Mortem, and then who knows what or maybe something one would be the plush.
Yeah.
But it's even crazy too. Like talk about just getting the fans into it, and that's because Chris and Heather, especially Chris, like they're fans at at the end of the day. I mean, if you and obviously they're a business, they want you to buy their product, but if you wear a Mischief Toys shirt or hat to the con and you go to their booth, you have an opportunity to get special stickers. You can get special product. If you're part of the Coven of the Mischief and you bring your coin and you show them, they have special stuff just for if you're a member of the Coven. Like they really find creative ways to get you to like support them, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's exciting.
It's cool. I mean, like, and I know we won't talk about it much, but even you brought it up. You even knew about the Night of Mischief, and like that is like their event. Like they kind of have like a fun days. I mean, that sold out in like minutes. Like unfortunately, I wasn't able to get tickets, and I'm really bummed about it. But like, talk about a community where they can like do something like that. It's pretty impressive.
For their first time too, right? That's the first time they're doing that?
It's not the first time they're doing it. It's actually their third, but I would say this is their most like hardcore official.
Yeah.
You're
like
getting a
big, almost like a
big-
Fun Days type.
they have a spot just like last year. I wasn't able to get tickets last year. I've never been able to go, which stinks. But they last year they like went to a bar and kind of shared a space. Like this year they rented out a place.
Mhm.
You're getting exclusive. That's another thing. You're getting exclusive figures that you can only get at this event. Exclusive
Yeah,
merch.
APs and protos.
Yeah, that's pretty
it's,
cool.
Stuff like that.
It's cool.
Damn, I'm gonna have to go
Yeah.
next year for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. I was bummed that we weren't able to go, but we will be at least at New York Comic Con, so we'll be able to stop by the booth for sure and definitely check them out, like we did last year. So I'm excited for that either way. But I don't know if there was anything else that you guys wanted to bring up. I mean,
Yeah, no, I mean it's
a little
funny.
light on the news.
The news,
you know?
yeah, they dropped a few things today. I mean, nothing like
Oh my god, we have to have
at all. Yeah,
I don't think it was anything.
the only thing that I guess we are in football season, right? Is talk about the Nick Bosa exclusive to Fugitive Toys.
Which is interesting. That's fugitive.
$28.52 is how much it is. $28 is like,
I'm
now
happy you brought
is
this
it,
up,
it
Trey,
does
because I didn't notice that.
it doesn't say it's a plus. It doesn't say anything. Are they charging for the
exclusive.
grass, the helmet? I don't understand.
It's a Fugitive Toys fee because look, it says includes a $352 fee, so it's $25 plus whatever that $352 fee is.
Still,
Bro,
though,
that's stupid. Must
This
be picked up
is-
at HypeCon.
Yeah, so it's at a con.
That's
Eventbrite
also-
tickets.
super random. Super random. I
Yeah.
mean, we've been saying we want more sports pops, and this is how you do it.
Honestly, but you know what? I will give it to him because he's posing like if he's on the line, right? Like that's different opposed to,
Yeah, you're not wrong.
you know. Yeah.
One thing I did want to bring up pop wise was I remember we talked about this. I think we talked about it when it was going to be coming out, and it was just like pictures and glam shots. But now people actually have it. Well, like Diz Chargers, obviously, because he gets everything, has it, and it's the Carnage eyes, whatever. They look
yeah.
terrible in like real life.
I
Like the
agree.
glossiness and like the finish.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
the Captain America looks awful. Like
Yeah, those are
comparing it to
ugly.
like what the Venomized ones look like, and just based off of the pictures, I thought they would look cooler. They actually don't look that cool. I don't know.
They
I'm
look-
definitely glad I wasn't trying to get those.
It's funny. There is actually one pop I wanted to bring up. Do either of you watch White Lotus?
No.
No, I know the show, but I don't
Well,
watch.
you both should, but their first look, they're coming out with like White Lotus pops, and it's just so funny because like I'm so wishy washy with this. Like if you're a huge fan of these shows, you want stuff no matter what. But this is like one of the hottest shows on HBO, and like we're
Huh.
getting this a whole year plus later.
Yeah, it's
It
random.
like it's just weird. Sometimes I'm like, maybe Funko, you missed the boat, and just like don't make them, and maybe that will help you not have overstock.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have wanted this a year ago, and now I'm just like, yeah, I'm not getting it. I don't care. I don't need it.
That's
now.
funny.
Yeah, is that the like Stifler's mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. You know what's funny too is that I just realized. Remember how I was talking about limited pieces? Well, Diz Trackers put the Good Luck Bear that was limited to 5,000 pieces.
Wow. There you go, Trey.
I did
I'm
not
happy
know
you
that.
I'm happy you just said that before someone called us out about it in the comments.
Sorry, so nobody called me out on that. I'm just saying. I just saw that right now. Like honestly, I didn't even know this.
That sold out actually.
Yeah,
It makes
sold out
sense now.
super fast. It's crazy.
5,000 only.
Yeah,
Ate
Super
my
crazy.
words on that one. So
Which is funny though. Guess
Super
what?
crazy.
I actually love that was a limited piece one because we've joked like who wants those. 5,000 is a good,
people.
but that's like a good amount to make.
yeah,
Call it a day,
yeah. And
and it's
then
special for those people.
yeah, and honestly, that Darth Maul looks really good.
That Darth Maul's sick. I do want
Yeah, it's
that.
pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
funny though. That was supposed to, I'm pretty sure, have a specialty series sticker on it, and it doesn't.
Yeah,
Well, it does in the clam shop picture, no? Or is there another
It
one?
doesn't
No,
when people
it
got
don't-
it in
Oh, in
person.
person.
yeah. It only has the glow sticker.
Maybe you'll get that sticker in the mail like a year later after you request it.
Very odd.
Um.
I don't know. I think that's it. There was
Oh,
not too
wait,
much.
wait. One more
What?
thing. Since y'all are going to the
What
con,
Ninja Turtle thing dropped?
no. Since y'all are going to the con, and hopefully, y'all maybe win the slot, the Funko sticker for NYCC.
Oh yeah, that's a great
Oh yeah,
topic to
that
end
we
the
actually talked about
episode
that.
on.
We did it, yeah.
So yeah, let the people know, Trey, what you're talking about.
So this Naruto pop that's going to be for NYCC this year. Not only does it have a sticker for the con, but it also has a QR sticker. So that way you can scan it to make sure that it's an actual authentic product, which is kind of cool, honestly, in my opinion. I like it.
I agree. I think it's cool too, and maybe it does work on the Naruto pop, since I know that's a popular IP. But it is just kind of funny. Like, I'm seeing some cons and Marshalls. Are people going to be scanning them to make sure they're authentic?
Now we're gonna find out if the pops at Marshalls or Ross are
It's
real.
just funny. Like, I like that idea.
Gotta make sure this Harley Quinn is
But
real.
it's just
that
like,
came out at Comic-Con.
yeah, it's interesting. It's like part of me is like, Funko should have thought of this a long time ago. But it's cool that they're doing it regardless.
Yeah. Well, I think because from the pictures, it looks like it's coming from Hot Topic itself already. Because in the picture, you can see like the shelves, like you see at Hot Topic.
Oh yeah.
So it looks like it's also going to be on the shared as well, which is good. Not only just a con, but
Agreed.
because there are times where
actually, that sticker is fall convention. It's not an actual NYCC sticker.
Yeah.
But
so it's a shared. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
everyone's getting it.
Yeah. So everyone, which is again good because you do have those fake stickers out there and people that endorse buying fake stickers. Not that I'm not gonna call that dude out.
What's it do? Like you scan it and it just goes check
Hey,
mark.
I'm real.
Real, like
kind of like
Probably.
maybe like like on the sneakers, like they have certain apps where you can scan it and it be like, okay, this is authentic. Because I know some jabronis on TikTok that are like, oh yeah, I bought a sticker on Etsy. I'm like, oh my god, unfollow instantly.
Could you imagine though, Funko? They're looking. Okay, this is our product for New York Comic Con. We know this will sell out. We're giving the authentication sticker to those, but we know this probably is no one's going to want this, so we're not going to waste the money on that sticker.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I do think it's a cool idea. I mean, I'm sure some people think it looks ugly, but
I was gonna say it does make it look a little different and bulky and whatever. I mean, I've seen stuff with the sticker and then that
they should have put it on the side,
anyways. Yeah, or the bottom, like this.
Yeah, the bottom of the box.
Bottom of the box.
Or maybe what they'll do is kind of like how certain products, whenever you take off the sticker, it becomes voided. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
Which they put on some of the social media Freddy's and some of the Marshalls.
Yeah,
I saw someone buy one. He had to rip it off. It completely messed up the box.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well,
there's no way around it. But
it's gonna happen.
Let us know what you think about this sticker. Does it bother you? Are you excited about it? Do you think it was a good idea? Let us know in the comments below.
Also, while you're there, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because it's free.
Exactly.
We're on the road to 700. Which, by the way, we did not. Next episode, we will talk about what we're going to give away. Because we did not talk about it this past time because we all have been super busy.
Figure it out.
Guaranteed next episode, we will talk about what we're going to give away. 3 prizes to 3 lucky winners.
Yes.
Hit that 1,000.
That's for when we get to 1,000.
Yeah,
yes.
Got to get there. Got to get to 700 to get to 8 and 9.
Get us there. Get us 1,000. You'll get some good prizes. We're going to New York Comic Con. We can pick you up something there, send it over your way. Let us just get us to 1,000. There's too many channels out there that have more subscribers to us. That makes no sense. It just doesn't. I'm going to go on a rampage on our outro because, come on, guys. I know we have some really loyal fans, but, we are crushing it. I'm not just saying it. There's not many people out there like us. I know people are still listening to collector content on YouTube. Come to us. We know what we're talking about. 3 awesome guys. You can message us on Instagram, obviously, at Collector Chatter, at Collector_Charlie, at Pop_Migs, at @STX_collectibles. We're always commenting. We're also, unlike other channels, if you comment on our page, we respond to you. I mean, come on. Doesn't that make you want to subscribe to our channel?
Yep.
Please.
Exactly.
I'm begging you. Because it's also crazy. Like, I look at the analytics sometimes. It's insane how many people watch our videos that don't subscribe to our channel. Like Trey said, it is free. Please just subscribe to our channel. Please. Like this video. Hit that notification bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And also, go Eagles. I don't know if anyone else has anything else they want to say.
Go Eagles. Falcons are winning right now, my guy. This guy. Yeah. Me and Charlie are also facing off in fantasy this week too. So
I know. Yeah, I got.
Put in the comments who you think is going to win, Miggs or Charlie.
Unfortunately, Miggs is probably going to win. But.
It's coming down to it.
Yeah.
But all right, everybody. You already know. Say the goodies.
Is that it? You got anything else? Anything you want to say?
That's it.
Duh.
That's it.
Collecting is the way. Till the next episode.
Later.